Hey guys, it's Rolia or Taylor here, and I'm back with another Division video. I know, we're banging these out and it's been a lot of fun. But in this one, we're going to cover all of the recent State of the Game stream info and all the 1.4 details that were released within it. Starting with my favourite actually, World Tiers or Levels. World Levels will change the overall difficulty of the game, and in turn the loot dropped. There are now 4 levels or tiers to choose from, as you can see on your screen, but I will read them out. Tier 1 or Level 1 is 163 gear score to 182 gear score. Tier 2 is 182 to 204. Tier 3 is 204 gear score to 229. And then Tier 4 is just 229 onwards. As you can see, 268 isn't actually an option anymore, as the max gear score is now 229, and in turn both high-end and gear set items that drop will be at the same level. None of the stats will change, it just means that there aren't 11 gear score tiers now at the end game, and thus streamlining high-end and set pieces a lot better. So now it's going to give us an option to go back to those reckless gloves or the savage vest, you know, and mix a bit of gold in there rather than just having an all green gear set in your inventory. Tying in with world levels, it also reintroduces roaming mobs. For example, Bullet King. Now we all know what he was like. You know, it's just going to be like these groups of mobs that you get almost exactly like you get in the Dark Zone, but they'll be in the PvE world that you can go around, farm, and hoping they drop some good gear. Not only does it give a purpose to grind the world, or the PvE world, but it also gives a chance for us non-PvP players to get a feel of a kind of PvE Dark Zone. Just, you know, they're not calling it a PvE Dark Zone, but it does definitely sound like that's the way they're going. They are definitely listening to the PvE Dark Zone idea, but in the 1.4 update they're not going to be changing the Dark Zone drastically. All mobs now have the chance to drop some of the best loot, not just the name bosses. This is a really cool thing, so it just means, like I said, every single trash mob has that very slim chance now to drop some of the best items. So you could get a gear set from just killing a level 33 purple. It's going to be really good, and it's going to give more of a feel to the game of, wanting to clear a room, wanting to really go for it, and try and bring everyone down for your chances to improve of getting some more loot during that one mission. This only applies for underground missions, story missions, and roaming mobs. It doesn't, however, apply to mobs within an incursion. In my opinion, this is one of the greatest things the devs could have done to the Division. It's really going to help it bring it back to life. It's going to make the game a lot less boring via a dull and non-fun grind to a rewarding but challenging game, and making the player feel like they did during the 1 to 30 experience. So that's all what we wanted. We wanted a game that feels rewarding, that's a lot of fun to play, and everyone knows that between the level 1 to 30 experience, that's exactly what the game was. You wanted to complete that mission, you wanted to kill the mobs, you wanted to see if you can improve your loot, and now that's what they're going to do for the end game. So I really can't wait. Like I said, that's going to be one of my favourite bits of this update. Another one of the main improvements that's coming to 1.4 is the time to kill and the time to be killed. As you can see in the short clip on your screen that was actually played during the stream, you can see at level 33 shooting at a player running 1.3 and a player running a 1.4 build. And the difference is amazing. It's just so refreshing to see. We're now not being taken down just like a chocolate teapot, and we're actually a bit more of a sponge. So that's really cool to see. It's going to make it a lot less annoying. In the second clip, it's actually the time to kill. And in this one, again, you can see a player using a 1.3 build and a 1.4. Both players are using non-customized ACRs, so they're really basic, and just like the last player that killed us, a level 33. You can see such a great difference into how both stood a chance. It's going to make the game a lot less aggravating, like I said previously, and just a lot more enjoyable. This again is another really well done improvement, and it's really something that needs to be looked into to help the state of the game, and that's exactly what they've done. I feel like they've just had this list from the community and just gone, yep, we can do that, yep, we can do that, we'll probably try this, and we'll do that. And they're ticking them off just, with ease. They're doing really well, so I'm so happy for it at the moment. One of the last things they covered was actually the scaling. The scaling sort of resembles how the mobs improved in difficulty and how the player was alongside them. So take 1 to 30 for example. You could go through mission, improve, go to the next mission, improve, but the mobs would get slightly harder, but it would sort of stay in line. If you didn't improve, or if you didn't look into the gear you were picking up, then it would be harder, but you could still do it. But as soon as you hit level 30 and you went into the end game, it just got so ridiculous. It was absolutely crazy. So from normal to hard, there was a slight jump. From hard to challenging, it got silly. And then from challenging to heroic, it just got bloody ridiculous. So as you can see via the graph that was also shown during the stream, how well they've improved it, and just by the graph it genuinely makes me want to play The Division right now. I mean, who doesn't want the game to play like it did between level 1 and 30? I mean, this is exactly what I've wanted, this is exactly what many people have wanted. And from a PvE to sort of a solo player's point of view, like myself, this is everything we could have asked for. For that 1 to 30 experience, I know I keep mentioning it, but for that 1 to 30 experience to be within the whole game now, and not just cut off when you get to 30 and then you're on your own and good fucking luck, mind my French. This is what we wanted, this is what I've wanted, this is what a lot of other players have wanted. If you have a look at the Reddit, if you have a look on Twitter, this is what everyone's wanted. Everyone is so hyped for this, it's almost like they're releasing a new game. So, you know, I can't complain with it, not many people are complaining whatsoever. But I know that was a lot of talking, guys, and I've had to do this fairly quick. I've got a lot of stuff to do today. But if you did lose yourself or get lost in all the waffle that I've just spewed out onto you, then there is a dev blog link in the description that you can go over and read at your own pace. But guys, as usual, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. But until then, I'll see you all in the next video, and goodbye.